In challenging times like these, sometimes you just need something to keep your mind off things, even if it's just for an hour or two. Film critic Lonita Cook may be able to help with that, and she's got a look at a few movies now streaming you might want to check out.
Spencer Confidential is written by Brian Helgeland, directed by Peter Berg, and starring Mark Wahlberg. Now, Peter Berg, we know him from Friday Night Lights, and he's worked with Mark Wahlberg at least in 3 other movie instances. And so they reteam for Spencer Confidential. If you remember the book series, the 80s show, Spencer for Hire, this is based on the same character. Mark Wahlberg stars as a Boston cop who realizes that his superior is on the take. He confronts him and ends up assaulting him in the process and does a 5-year stretch in prison. This movie also stars Winston Duke, Alan Arkin, and Bokeem Woodbine. And for the younger folks, you got Post Malone without a on his face, so. Now, this movie is not performing very well. It's only got 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think that's due to 2 things. The movie is a little long in the tooth. It's also very strange. It's an action comedy, and our protagonist, who is a cop, who is a boxing instructor, never wins a fight. And so I think people are really talking about how he's getting beat up, and it's not turning people on. Stargirl released last week on the 13th. It's available for you on Disney+. It is about a young boy who is not quite a social outcast, but he is different. He's trying to find himself. And then a girl shows up who is odd and strange, but beautiful. One thing that I really love about Stargirl is that they do sing, they do dance, but they have real voices. We are not talking about big Disney pop stars. We're talking about real kids here. And so that was something that I really liked. Now, one thing that I found hard to connect with is, for my generation, we grew up with a particular Disney brand, and then our kids grew up with a similar brand. I think that this is specifically for those younger people. It may not be for the whole family, but I do think that there is a demographic, I think it's a niche demographic, that will definitely enjoy this film. Let's get to horror. Crimson Peak stars Tom Hiddleston as a man who is doing what he needs to do to get the funding for an industrious project that he's been trying to complete for years. And what he does is marries a woman to get to her fortune. He takes her home to his house, which is called Crimson Peak, and all ghosts break loose. So it is a ghost story. It is scary. I had to pause it several times. I don't know about you guys. I am a Tom Hiddleston fan, so I made it through to the end. I enjoyed this film very much.
Tom Hiddleston, always tough for me to see him besides anybody but Loki from the Avengers. But again, Lonita stopped by last week before the stay-at-home order went into effect and shot that for us. We're working on doing all of our interviews here from moving forward on Skype, so we can still bring you the same good content and reviews and things you might need to know about any movies that are streaming out there.